Let's open this little case up first. Alright, got a little handle here. I guess it makes it easy for you to carry it around. Their little Ohuhu, whatever it is, logo there. Let's open it up. That's nice. It's got a little divider in here so that you can somewhat separate the markers. Looks like you might even be able to take that out of there. Let's see. Yeah, it does come out. And I guess that's a nice little way to organize if you don't have anything to put your markers in at home. But, yeah. Pretty cool. Alright. This is what everybody came for. Let's open up the markers. I'm pretty excited. I've never used these. I've heard about them. Well, that's odd. Looks like there's another case here. Alright. Well, it looks like there's two cases. The smaller one and the larger one that the markers are in. That's something. Alright, well, let's open these up. Maybe? Look at that. I'm pleased, and my OCD's kind of kicking in and wondering why they're not in any color order, so I'm probably gonna have to do that because it's gonna drive me crazy. But anyway, let's take a look at them. Alright, so it says Ohuhu here. It shows you which side is the chisel tip and which side is the brush tip. It does look like there's a color code and a name on there, which is nice. After watching some of the reviews on these, I guess it didn't used to have that. It's got a nice looking tip there. To try that out in a little bit. That's the brush tip there. And the other side, we've got the chisel tip, which I don't use a lot, but they come in handy when you're trying to cover a bigger space. I like the feel. I know some of these alcohol markers, the cheaper ones, they're a lot bigger than the Copics, which is what a lot of people are used to using. I do like the large variety of colors. I mean, 120 colors, that's crazy. I guess 119 in this colorless blender, which I will probably never use, but I'll try it on one of the videos. Looks like there's a lot of pastel colors. I don't know how true the colors are to the lid. I'll have to try those out. I mean, that already looks a lot darker than what the lid shows, so. But yeah, there's a lot of pastel colors, which if you use markers is hard to find. you know, everything's so dark and saturated, which is good for some things, but when you're trying to get a real light finish, it's nice to have those pastel colors. Looks like it's some nice skin tones in here. Not done a whole lot of realistic stuff with markers, but with the different color range, it looks like it might be something I'm going to try. Definitely will use these as a base coat for my color pencil artwork. Use a lot of the Caran d'Ache Luminance and some Prismacolors, but I love using the alcohol markers as a base coat. It really gives it a nice layer down to lay your color on top of. Alright, well, I'm going to organize these into a little bit of something that makes sense to me, and then we'll get a blank piece of paper here and try some of these markers out next to some Copics and maybe some Prismacolors. Alright, much better. I know that this still isn't perfect, and I'll probably mess around with a little bit more, but at least there's some sort of something there. It was just driving me crazy. Anyway, I also found this when I was doing all of that stuff. It's just a little protective sheet that you can put onto your paper so that when you're drawing and blending with the markers, you don't bleed through onto the next page. I might try it out just to see how it is. And then, let's see, there's the little Ohuhu markers book in here that shows the colors, which is pretty cool. Some blending. Probably won't read too much into that. But this I find pretty cool because I never have made any swatches of any of my markers or color pencils. I usually just eyeball them. I always have some sort of a scrap sheet of paper that I try stuff on. I've got one hanging up on the wall over here. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use these and see what they look like. You know, it also is a good way to tell if colors fade over time. So yeah, I'll be using these, and I might do that in a video coming up soon. I'll put that stuff back in there. And as you can see, I've got some Copics over here. I've got a blank piece of paper. I'm going to try some of these markers and compare them. I've got some Prismacolors, and then I've got some of the Winsor Newton brush markers over here too. There's just that one. Just kind of to see what the consistency is and the difference between all of them. I'm going to go ahead and scoot these over a little bit. Alright, well, I've got black on both of these. Got the black Prismacolor Premier. Yeah, this one is a brush. So we'll go ahead and try that one. We also have the Copic black. And let's go ahead and get the Ohuhu black out. And while it's here, I do like this silver shiny. I don't know how much it'll stay on there, rub off when I start using them, but we'll see. But let's go ahead and get started with the so popular Copic sketch. We'll get to using that. Just do a couple lines here. Now this is an older marker, so it's not a fair comparison. But anybody that's used these know how amazing they are, so. Alright. Get the Prismacolor. Again, this is a couple, maybe 2 years old marker. Doesn't get used that much, but it's still not brand new. Alright. What we've been waiting for, Let's try it. Alright. Well, it's very saturated. The brush tip feels a little different, but I think I like it. It looks like it feathers out really nice. It really lays down a fair amount of color. I mean, it's crazy how close it is to the Copic, really. Yeah, it's so much darker. And it could just be because it's new, but wow. I do like that the brush tip is a little thicker. Not really thicker, but it's firmer. So it does have a little bit, it feels like it's better quality, especially compared to the Prismacolor. Got a really soft brush tip. That's crazy. Let's try some other colors. Alright. Yeah, it's so saturated. This is nuts. I mean, we can't refill these, so that is something that, you know, Copic has on you. And I don't know that you can buy these in open stock. I think you have to buy sets, which could also suck. And I'm curious to see how long they last. You know, how long they'll put out color like this. But this is crazy. This is definitely one of the best alcohol markers I've ever used. Let's do a little bit of... Let's try to blend some in there. Not that those are the best colors to blend with each other, but... Wow. It's already looking so good. And those aren't two colors that I normally would blend with each other. I am kind of floored, everyone. Look at that. I mean, I would definitely suggest these to not only people that are on a budget, but, you know, depending on how long they last and you know, maybe they come out with some open stock. I could see some professionals, you know, switching over to these. And definitely people that are on a budget, I would for sure get these. That is amazing. I mean, that looks like a watercolor blend. That's unreal. Now I just want to try more. We've got to try some more. Let's get some of these blues in here. Alright, let's try these blues out. They're all so vibrant. That is amazing. Alright. Let's get a lighter shade here. Might have been too big of a jump between the different shades, but we've got more markers here. If we need to, we can add them in there. Let's try to get a mid-tone in there and see if we can get a little bit of better of a blend. Or maybe we don't need to. I am in love with these markers already. Just open them, in love. Just open them, in love. Didn't even need to get a mid-tone to get that. I mean, that blend is great. I'm super impressed. Guess we could try the chisel tip on this. Haven't used that. Yeah, I mean, it's got great coverage. Look at that. Super impressed. I mean, we got all these colors here. 120 markers for $100. That's nuts. That's nuts. I probably have, let's see, my tiny Copic collection right here. I'm sure this is well over $120 for these markers, which they're amazing markers. I'm not taking anything away from them, but I mean, if you can get all of this and get the same results, then I'm up for it. I love saving money. We've got a big family. There's nothing like saving money, so I'm super impressed, everyone. I'm I'd love to hear down in the comments, you know, if you've used these, what you think of them. I know that a while back they didn't have the brush tip, and that was a big thing, but it looks like they changed that. They put the names back on the tips, so yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think about these, if you've tried them, if you want to try them. I'll put a link down below where you can get these if you're interested. I'll put, you know, a couple links for the 120, and there's some other smaller sets too where you don't get all of them, but super impressed. Also, I'm going to come back and do at least one more video of these. I'm sure I'll do some more, but I'm going to do another video actually using these. I'll draw a little picture, use these how I normally would use them, and then I'll go over them with my Caran d'Ache color pencils, and you know, we'll see what it looks like. I can't wait to get started on that piece, and I'm just excited about it. I don't even have anything to say. I can't wait. I'm going to organize these a little bit better because my OCD is still kicking in, but yeah, I'm excited to get to the next video. Don't forget, go down, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell. It'll let you know when I post this new video if you're interested in it. Thanks for coming and checking this out, guys. See you next time.